how we put it on a website and how it's able to book appointments. Right? This works across any website and across any industry. This AI is simply there, ready to go. As my guest again, I have Mario, the current CTO of Kami. Thanks for joining us, Mario.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Mario, this is a very interesting thing we're talking about here because, well, first of all, we built it in like 3 different projects for 3 different clients, and we also built it into our own SaaS.
That was the first one we built.
Right.
That was
We first attempted to build this for ourselves in our SaaS, in Kami AI. It was trash. Then we built it for 2 other clients. And then that's when we actually perfected our process for deploying AI agents to the website. Now this process is like, we're not using any third party here, this is complete, fully controlled by us. And the funny thing is, we have one more client next week that we're trying to build this thing for. Right? So, enough talking about what this is, let's get to what exactly it is. What is this web agent I'm talking about?
Okay, so to make it simple and short, so it's just like let's call it like an extension. So we have a website already. Someone's building a website, but he wants to first add an agent. It has a big code of chat and stuff like that. Right? So we just give them this very like 2 lines of code.
Yeah.
Then they just log into their website and
the agents are available.
Like the big like is always there. Like once the page loads, it downloads the bundle and it's there for whoever is connected to that website.
And these agents are available via voice and chat.
Yeah, via voice and chat.
And you can basically do anything.
Yeah.
Has access to your company's knowledge.
Yeah.
Able to answer
any knowledge that you upload to it, it answers some knowledge and all that.
it's also able to book appointments.
Yeah, book appointments to any specific calendar.
Yeah.
Either Microsoft Outlook or like other Outlook or
I think we've built calendar connections with Google Calendar and Microsoft Outlook.
Yeah, we also have Calendly.
Calendly is from my experience, the Calendly API, you can't actually book an appointment directly using the API. And I've been wrong about that. But last time I took a look at the API, you can't book an appointment directly into it. But yeah, let's go to that side. How exactly did we build this kind of an infrastructure? We're not going to talk about how we built the AI agent because building an AI agent that books appointments is very basic. There are thousands of tutorials on that on YouTube, right? Yeah. But how did we build the infrastructure that allows you to basically deploy an agent to websites in just 2 lines of code?
So the way it works, so the first one we ever did was for Kami AI. So for the one of Kami AI, we literally built a full application. Honestly, like that the code itself, just that 2 lines of code, is literally one whole bundled application on its own. Okay. So that was the first time we were building. So we used Python.js to build that. So there are some way you have to configure the widget file, something like that. Webpack, Webpack. So it's Webpack that helps us more leverage and makes it accessible via a link.
So you write this in a language called Python.js.
So it's a framework for JavaScript.
Okay, the JavaScript framework called Python.js. Like basically an entire application.
Yeah, we wrote the entire application. It was
bad. Very bad way to do this. Yeah. Then you have bundled the entire application into 2 lines of code.
Yeah.
That you can put into any website and then agents are available.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the bad way to do this.
No, that was the way we did it. You see, it has to be at least 2 lines of code for it to work. So like something that identifies that specific widgets and the URL that it sits on. The link, the script style like one that goes to download like the bundle itself. Yeah. So what even made that file was too heavy, it was booted. Like I think that file took about going to 3 MB or 2 MB, which is very bad. It takes like nothing, depending if you have a very good internet connection, 2 to 3 seconds to load. If you have very bad internet connection, 5 seconds to load, which is like it's really.
The user is gone, the person is gone.
If it's on the website, but now so the only catch is if that website is enticing enough to keep them. Now think of it, website is slow and the one to do is slow, then no, that's crazy.
You're basically not even in business at all.
Yeah, so that was the first thing we did the proposition. So now the second time we were doing something or we were doing this, so we just thought of a new way to do it.
So this is the new approach.
The new approach I found.
And this is the approach we're still using to deploy AI agents in the web.
Yeah.
Right.
So what even made me think of this approach was because of the condition, a tight condition we were under. Because so now the first one we built was just static. You can't change anything. The text you put is the text you put. You get, so nothing changes, it's just static. So now the second approach was the client wanted us to, he can change the name of the button, he can change the color of the widget, beautify the widget as much as he wants, make it grey, make it black, add things and all that. Yeah. Terms and conditions and all those stuff. Yeah,
I think the client in this case showed us 11 labs.
Yeah, so that's something that 11 labs.
I think 11 labs has something called a conversational agent.
Yeah.
And basically, they also are able to deploy their agent.
Yeah, but that's just voice only.
Yeah, that's voice and chat and voice. Right? So basically, client wanted us to redo we build what 11 labs had built.
Yeah.
And we build it into his own application.
Yeah.
Right. So what was the better approach we had to take to build that?
So now the way I did this, it took a type of it took a while to first of all reason how it's going to be structured. So the way it's structured is we still use Tailwind on that Tailwind for the design and everything.
That's Tailwind CSS.
Yes, yeah, Tailwind CSS. So what we do is this. I created a component, a standalone component on its own. So which means that component can be called, it can be used anywhere. Instead of having a full application, I have a component. That means I have some components attached to it. So what I now do is, so that main component it takes some parameters, some props that is going to change the style, change the text. Like it takes things like text, very like just this one whole some data as props. So now that props is just actually configs. Things that determine the color, that determine the text, that determine stuff like that. Of the widget that is about that is going to be there. Okay. You get. So now what we had was we now had an entry file that is going to bundle it, that is going to be passed. Like if I run that file, like if I run npm run pass bundle, the way we do it creates a CDN. Let's just call it a CDN, a link that's going to download that JavaScript on the website. Now it was now very minimal. It was smaller in size. I think I got about some that's 0.7 kilobytes or thereabouts.
From 3 MB to
from 3 MB, like, it reduced very drastically.
Okay.
So because another approach I did was like, so before I compiled the React, compiled everything, because now I didn't know why to use it. I compiled it, right? So now the approach I followed was this. I will first of all check whether React exists, because now think of it, if the application we are using is built on, that they are putting that, if the application is built on React, and I still be
website is built on
and I'm still bundling React again, like that's just a waste. So I'm first of all trying to check, okay, is this application built on React? If it's built on React, you don't have to download React. Like it's going to way faster. But if it's not built on React, you can now download the unified version of React and all those stuff. You understand? Okay? So that was one of the approach I used for it.
So that just makes the agent load faster.
Yeah, it makes the widget load faster.
So if I understand what you're saying, the new approach, you basically have this CDN that takes in all the parameters like the color.
No. We have a component.
We have a component,
yeah.
Right? That takes in the color, the text, and the button.
Yeah. And also how the user designs it.
How the user designs their widget, right? So I'm also assuming you are passing the agent itself. But let's say we're using OpenAI for the agent. Okay. I imagine you are passing the agent ID.
Okay, so so I'm not passing. So the way we did it, so every widget has its own ID.
Okay.
So from the widget ID, we make an API call to retrieve the configuration of the widget. Okay. You understand? So the configuration is not going to hold things like the color and the agent attached to it and all those.
Okay, so you make an API call that goes to fetch this widget configuration somewhere in the database.
So the configuration is very low. Even when they buy it, not a kilobyte, very low.
That now contains all the information about the AI agent and everything.
Yeah, about the design of the widgets.
Okay. But that also includes like the configuration of the AI agent. Right?
So now the configuration, we're not getting the configuration we're not passing the configuration of the AI agent. So the way we use tell for the agent itself, for the web agent, while for the chat was manually built. So for the web agent, we retrieve, I think we tell, I think we access a website link for it to use on the browser for the call. So that's how it works. So we don't have to retrieve, we don't have to expose data that is not needed. You just send only the link.
And then that's what connects to the agent.
Yeah, what connects to
retail.
Yeah, to retail. Okay. While for the chat, we just, when they click on the chat button, we show them, we create a chat. Once they click on the chat button, we do nothing else. You just close it, and those data are very important. Creating a chat when nothing was passed is of no use.
Yeah.
So once they send in the first message, on the server side, we create a thread ID for them and all those things.
Which AI model are you using?
Yeah, so for that we use I think we use Gemini. No, I think
You use Gemini.
Yeah, so that Gemini is really that Gemini is one of the cheapest models to use.
Yeah, I love Gemini.
Yeah. So in that point, we use Gemini for it.
Okay. Alright, nice. So that covers exactly what we built, how we built it, the old way of building it, which is not optimized, it's not perfect, and the new way of building it,
which was better.
It's a lot faster, a lot more nimble. Let's get into like showing our viewers.
Yeah, one more thing before that. So I know I think we built three. So at the last one, we added something new. So now, if you like, so now think of it. So let's say someone that you have your widget, someone like a developer like me, and expect your code, now see your widget bundle and everything. You can try just pick that up, and for some reason I don't know why Slash is on application.
Okay, so this basically someone can go to your website and steal your AI agent.
Yeah, which is really of no use. Like it's every new market.
Well, how do you avoid people stealing your AI agent?
So now on your own, on the main application that configures the agent, you are going to allow specific domains. So like if it's not allowed in the domain and it's on that domain, like you just try to break user application because you just should one very red so like this isn't allowed on this application and stuff like that.
So that means you can basically configure a whitelisted domain. Basically, the AI agent would work on any other website except
for this specific ones.
You specify. That's really nice. That's nice. Okay, so let's actually get to a demo and show people what this AI agent looks like. So we want to basically show them how they will be able to configure the AI agents. Right?
Okay.
Configure the looks, configure the text and all that stuff. And basically we'll put it on a demo website and chat with the agent.
Yeah, so for now I think we'll try W3 schools.
Yeah, sure, we can do it on W3.
Yeah. So guys, so this is what we have here for the embeddable code and everything. So now this is try the code you just have to copy. So once you copy it, you check it out. So now voice, the chats. So let me just change that call to make a call. So I think it's updating the component directly
In real time.
Not in real time, no lag. So on the end call button, let's just say end can be call. Let me say end time. So one is listening to this call. Talk to interrupts. Talk to interrupts now. Let's just make some changes. Whether we want it to be compact or we want it to be full, I like the full version better.
I actually prefer the compact version.
So we can put the link to a URL or an image. So now let's just leave it as the up. Let's change the color. Not the best design. So if you want to add terms and conditions, you can just leave it now. Just leave it here. Cancel and everything. So now using this allowed origins. So as of now, we set it to allow all origins. So let's just save that for now. So you will see what's going to happen here. So now let's go to W3 schools. W3 schools. Have it before we can test it. So come back here. I will copy the embedded code. So let's go to HTML, CSS. So yeah, now after copying the HTML code and all, let's show this page to finish loading. So my network. So we paste it here. Right. So let's click on run. Depending on my internet speed. So now are you saying that there is this code here that shows us everything? So now to make a call, we can just click on make a call, connecting, you're doing some processes on the back end and all those. Okay, yeah, my name is Mario. Okay, now so you guys see that as of now it works on this W3 code because at this point in time the application we set it to allow all domains. So now let me just run this off and save the changes. So now we didn't allow any domain. So when you come here and you run this widget, yeah, it just shows you this widget is not authorized to run on this domain. Please contact the widget owner or add this to the allowed domain. So let's just copy this. Go back to the domain. You just paste it over here and click add domain. So let's see the changes. So now once we come back here and we just run this, like you see, like as fast like that, it works in something like no magic around it. Like that's just perfect.
Alright, that's going to be the end of our demo for now, Mario.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. If you like what you see, like, subscribe, share with your pet friends, and I'll catch you all in the next episode. Ciao.